Case so boom, I'm calling this story set. So we just coming out the big yard. I just got through hitting that steel, you know what I'm saying? Getting tight, finna come in, flex a little bit when I see the little Indian jump method and I could have bowled though. So as soon as I come through, I'm looking at her, she looking at me, we looking at each other, right? I make my chest jump a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm about 230 at the time. Hot Rod, you know what I'm saying? Walking with me, Hot Rod. Hey, come holler at me when you get through taking a shower. Man, look here, Hot Rod, homie. I only like to kick it with you every now and then, bro. We is not bros, you know what I'm saying? You used to be the business, now you're Islam. I used to be the business, and I'm just walking in the faith, you know what I'm saying? Really wasn't all the way in the faith at the time, but you know what I'm saying? I'm walking in the faith. Knowing you only want to be as close to me because you want to continue to be close to my pops. Because you know what I'm saying, you want to be able to shake a move every day, get on the horn, you know what I'm saying, get you something a little up for the Lolo so you can live off the land or whatnot. So as I'm coming up the steps, I noticed from a distance, my pops got the violation up. I'm not finna go back and forth with you, bro, about me having to take a shower. I done went back and forth with you too many times. This the last time. So I come, right, I try to, he ain't got the rig in the door. I heard him, get that black Mexican. Commercial break me, please. Now, black Mexican, one of them people who like to police gang members. But he really almost somewhat of a peacemaker. He one of them people in the penitentiary as a rock man. He always at the right place at the right time. Or people just always putting him in the business. And what he do, he go and relay messages to OGs, or he take it up on himself to go holler at the other person that's involved in the situation. Hey, look, check this out. This is what you might want to do. You know what I'm saying? Take it from me. You know what I'm saying? Been locked up for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I remember a little situation. I'm in the cell with somebody. I'm cool. I'm chilling, man. I'm my own business like I always do, right? Hey, hey, it's black Mexican, man. You in there? Man, let me holler at you real quick. Oh, come on in, BM. Come on in. He, pow. Man, bless his head. What you got going on, little Joe? Texas, man, I ain't doing nothing. He said, man, let me holler at my partner real quick. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect what y'all got going on. My homeboy say, whatever you got to tell me, you know what I'm saying? Joe T is good, you know what I'm saying? He ain't doing nothing. He ain't taking nothing outside of the cell or nothing. Oh, yeah, I know he come from good stock. You know what I'm saying? Me and his daddy did some time back at Brush Mountain. But look, check this out. So I was hanging out over there, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here in 15, say, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here with Cuz, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm over here kicking with Cuz, and Cuz get a phone call from the top of the hill, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to him, he talking to them, they talking back, they conversing, they having a whole little conversation, right? They talking about some issue, somebody done left from down here, said that, you know what I'm saying? They done passed the debt. He said, man, hold on. He said, man, look, I already know where you're going with that, man. I had already paid dude. I don't know what dude got going on and this and that. He said, see, that's why I came to pull up on you real quick. You know how crazy it get, you know what I'm saying? If you could spare yourself the trouble, man, if I was you, I'd just go on and throw them something and just get on out of the way before they make something, you know what I'm saying, this big, you know what I'm saying, this wide, you know what I'm saying, and this long, and this, you know what I'm saying, you might want to go on and, because I was over there, you know what I'm saying, he get out the phone, and then another homeboy come in and say, he talking about, hey, look, I'm going to go holler at dude, you know what I'm saying, other than that, man, ain't nobody finna keep, you know what I'm saying, about them little twos and few, but ain't nobody finna be getting over on the homeboys or going to nobody and saying, you know what I'm saying, hey, you know, dude, you know what I'm saying, he ain't going, then they gonna think we weak and this and that. So look, if you can, you know what I'm saying, I'm just let you know, you know what I'm saying, what's going on between you and me, and if it come back to me, I'm gonna let you know, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna deny that. I don't know. Man, come on, Black Mexican, you know if I go say something, man, look, I'm trying to do the right thing, man. I'm trying to put you up on game, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody else going to do it, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to be on lockdown, you know what I'm saying? But look, I'm out of here, man. Joe T love, man. I'm going to go holler at your pops anyway. It was, but I just want to come put that bug in your ear. That's between you and me, you know what I'm saying? I'm on up out of here. He mob up out of the cell, but he one of them, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you need them in the penitentiary, but sometimes they get a little risky too, because sometimes people throw you under the bus. Hey, homeboy, hey, what's up, man? Black Mexican just came to holler at me, talking about you was over there saying this and saying that, man. You need to holler at me, cuz, come and holler at me. Don't be going over and putting my beard, putting the wax out there, man. If you need to come holler at me like a man, cuz, you know why I stand, cuz. I've been over here 3-4 years, cuz. I ain't going nowhere, cuz. You could have came knocked on the door, cuz. Cuz, what's up? Black Mexican talking about going over and holler at your homeboy, mate. Man, Black Mexican, man, look, Black Mexican need to stay out of the business. And I don't even know why y'all keep putting Black Mexican in the business. Next thing you know, somebody, hey, Black Mexican, hey, let me holler at you real quick, cuz. What's going on? Hey, let me holler, step out on the rock real quick. Hey, Black Mexican, man, come on in the cell, cuz you know he might know where it's, man, hey, bless his say, hey, Black Mexican, what you got going on, man? Man, look here, youngster. Man, for one, I'm trying to avoid a lockdown. For two, the stuff y'all be doing and getting into it with ready to kill each other about really be unnecessary. Y'all really need a voice of reason because for some reason, y'all ain't got no common sense up here in your noggins. That's just like when you're young, you're driving down the street, you ain't got no license. You go on a whole high-speed chase and end up with a vehicular homicide all because you ain't want to pull over, get a little citation, and have somebody else to come and get the car. What I'm saying is, all these little wham-whams and zoo, $25 here, $50 there, it ain't worth a life. I've been locked up for a long time. Do you understand me? And then you want to come in my cell and act like I done did something wrong. Y'all don't want the police to police you. So I figure me in the same outfit as you. I'm in the blue with the white strip just like you. I might as well police you. It's the only way it makes sense. Do you understand some of the things that I hear sometimes? Man, cuz, look, cuz. So I'm over talking to cuz. Cuz get disrespectful talking about and then cuz did this and cuz did that. Man, I'm finna smash on cuz, and then the cuz wanna take it there, cuz we can up them butchers, cuz. Now, when I say that, you know of a situation like that. Tell me, do that make sense to you, what I just said? Man, we men in here, man, you know what's going on in the penitentiary. Listen to me, youngster. You ain't listening to me. I done gang bang before. Commercial break me, please. If you have not tapped into the podcast, go check out the podcast. We ain't got no name for it yet, but I got an episode on this station right here. It's called Overcompensating When Parenting. But I got my other YouTube page tagged on this video where I'm gonna be doing the podcast at. So if you really fool with your guy, man, you want to show your guy some love so I can keep making these films and doing what I'm doing, come over and hear these conversations because I want to add more to my platform. If you notice, I've been doing a little more Bible study too. You know what I'm saying? I want to add more lessons to the platform as well. I want to, you know what I'm saying, keep expanding, you know what I'm saying? Keep expanding and doing more and more. But if you want to tap into the podcast, come over to the other station. I got it tagged in the description below. If you can't find the description below, just ask your guy, hey, Joe T, where the page at? I'm going to catch you in the comment section and send you right on over there. But I had no feelings. I was in here trying to get people knocked out while I was facing life in prison.
Just lost.
No feelings. Only thing I know is 0 to murder. Only thing I know is we ain't got it. We're gonna go take it. It ain't nothing. We don't care about you trying to feed your family. So I didn't have nobody I can talk to even help me understand them things. And people probably think that's crazy, but no, that's really the life majority of me and my homeboys lived. Like, it wasn't no going there and understanding. Like, my mama, of course, she said stuff like, you know, she was breaking her back to, you know, A, B, and C, and X, Y, and Z. But at the same time, we wasn't having an in-depth conversation about what that really mean. Yeah. For other people. Like, even when I was doing stuff, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no, it was, you need to, because I ain't finna, and if you don't, you going back to jail. Like, ain't no, yeah, so by the time I'm sitting in the cell facing a life sentence, I'm angry at the world. And I'm realizing I'm cold-hearted. I have no feelings at all. The whole family barely saying they love you, barely giving you hugs, barely giving you a room to talk. And then everybody you calling, we told you this was going to happen if you kept going down that path. I could never talk to nobody.
Y'all ain't told me nothing. When we talk.
What? Y'all was scared of me. You created the monster. You scared of.
Ooh, Lord. But just like you said, they got to be responsible. You do too, because even though you still do right from wrong.
Who? Now tell me if that makes sense. Now tell me if that makes sense. The way y'all youngsters be thinking. See, this is what you don't understand. What I understand about the game. At one point in time, my mind was set on the same things y'all mind was set on. I was locked in on it. When I came into that creeping cuz that's what it was. Whatever they said, that's what it was, cuz. So I understand when your mind been conditioned and programmed into something that you done considered as law. And then on top of that, we already men amongst a whole bunch of men who a lot of them characters, a lot of different personalities, fighting all kinds of different demons, and then you don't know who playing what, who playing who doing what, whoever trying to manipulate you, get over on you, you trying to make sure, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to swallow your pride, ego always in the way, so you always got to feel like you got to be macho, because you worried about if somebody Then you wondering if that's, man, see, I let him get away with owing me a cigarette, cuz I'm finna do it to him, cuz. See, that's why you need people like me to police dudes like y'all who ain't really got no sense. Now, in situations like that, an individual in the penitentiary, if you don't take that on the chin, you just slow. You just slow. I had a few moments with some old heads where I sit down and listen, and even though it probably was messing with me internally, I knew what he's saying is right. What you saying could literally save my life. Even though I want to say, man, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. And I did it on the street plenty of time. The Most High intervened plenty of time from people who was being used, and I didn't even want to hear it. I remember walking in the house one day. I'm talking about, just got through hitting the lick. The dude who ended up messing with my child mama after I went to the penitentiary. He over the girl house where I'm staying at, you know what I'm saying, which was my cousin that I would, you know what I'm saying. But when I come in, she braiding his hair. It's another dude sitting in the living room. I got a Mac 11 tucked right here, you know what I'm saying. I walk straight in, and he say, penitentiary. He was like, oh, can't nobody hold you, can it? I'm thinking he being funny. I say the penitentiary will want it, because he had been to the penitentiary before. I'm thinking he being slick in the mouth. So when I go back there, you know what I'm saying, put the Mac 11 up, take the dope out, pop, boom, 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 put everything up. When I'm coming back around the corner, I'm seeing him hand his money to his homeboy. His homeboy walking out the door. I said, he was spooked, homie. I wasn't even finna do nothing to you here. If I was gonna do that, I was gonna do that as soon as I came through the door. So when I sit down, he got to rapping with me. He was like, man, little brother, he was like, man, you really just can chill, lay back, get your money. He was like, everybody already feel how they feel, you know what I'm saying? They scared. He was like, man, I be chilling with these dudes. You ride by in your car, man, everybody quit talking. I be like, man, what's up? They get to bring you up, this, and that. He was like, man, you really could do this, do that. He was like, man, you ain't gotta. I'm not knowing at the time, even though he telling me I can do stuff in the street, he really telling me how I can stay free and safe. Just go on and chill, bro. You already established. What more do you want? And dudes in the penitentiary, listen to me, it's no understanding at all. Even when people are already scared of you. You already got the bomb. You already high ranking. You already got respect. Police know you can handle a situation. Police don't mess with you. And for some reason, you're still just ignorant. So as I'm coming to the step, I'm seeing he got the violation up. And boom, when I come in, when he finally opened the door, boom, I see black Mexicans sitting on the toilet. My dad, man, yeah, I remember them days back in the day. And then you hear said a dude name. Black Mexicans say, I can't pull dude right there. He was like that. I closed it on, boom. I'm like, man, I need to jump in the shower real quick, man. Y'all step out real quick. Come on, let my son take the shower. Black Mexican say, man, yeah, I need to holler at you about your boy Cantrell, man. You like, man, he running with dudes sick, man, and they ain't. My dad say, what's going on with Cantrell? I was like, man, hey, man, y'all can handle that conversation. I was like, matter of fact, he looked like he was finna take Cantrell to the shower right then and there. I heard shower. He popped it over. I see Black Mexican look over. He looked back at my dad, and my dad look at him and my dad looking at each other. He said, yup, they taking him to the shower. I think they done got him. I said, man, y'all step on. I'll push my dad in the back. He said, hey, boy, don't be pushing me in my back. I said, man, watch out. I got to break down for the shower, man. I close the door. Boom. I break down. Boom, 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 boom. I step out of the shower. When I step out to go to the shower, I'm like, all right, I'm good. So they still standing right there chilling. I'm seeing the Crips, you know what I'm saying, the G's, everybody, you know what I'm saying, they sitting down there. They sitting down there on shower security. So as I'm getting ready to come down the steps, I see one of the Crips. He leaning where he at on the steps. He on the rail. You got if you come down the rail, you can chill on the inside of the rail, or you can hang on the rail. If you on the rail, point blank, period, you breaking my shower security. Point blank, period. Even though I'm solo dolo, I ain't even. So as I'm coming down the steps, you know what I'm saying, boom. I got my flip-flops on too, like flop. I look over at the Crips who over at the shower, because I'm expecting the ones who over at the shower, who probably got more respect, to look over and see that he ain't moved out my way yet. So when I come down the steps, I tell him, watch out, cuz, you know what I'm saying? He was like, man, Joe T, man, you ain't dead no more. I said, yeah, we still gonna respect each other around here. He was like, it wasn't even nothing like it. You know it ain't nothing like that. I respect you and your daddy. I hated that right there. I turn around, I say, hey, look, My daddy respect ain't got nothing, ain't attached to my respect. You know what I'm saying? I was like, sometimes, I don't even think people understand, you know what I'm saying? I'm my own individual. You know what I'm saying? I lived all my life without my pops, you know what I'm saying? My respect I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, what respect come from him. But listen, his respect ain't attached to mine, you know what I'm saying? But I'm wondering now that you done said that, if my pops came down, would you have moved out of his way? Man, everybody already know what's up with Big Joe. I said, you ain't even answered the question, cuz. I said, see, that's the thing. We don't never know who thinking what and who on what or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that was, but look, cuz, hey, cuz, what's up, cuz? Cuz, you straight? I was like, man, you know what? My daddy, boo. I said, what's up? He said, you all right? I said, yeah, I'm straight. I said, I'm gonna holler at you, cuz. I go on and start mobbing toward the shower. When I'm mobbing toward the shower, Kentrell coming out of the shower. He ain't cripping. His daddy was cripping. I'm telling you the story about how he cool with my daddy. Boy, he come out of the shower, say, oh, I got cuz. He put his hand around him. You can see Kentrell kind of shaking his head. He got the bottom grill in, you know what I'm saying? He got the braids. He wanted it. He got the braids that the taper push back real far though. He got the real high tape fade, right? He come out, you can see he put his hand, he got his boots on, and he mobbing with him. And really, that's just a finesse move. Cause Kentrell got a little emotion, you know what I'm saying? And he be going through my dad and then he mess with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? They connect through to his pop. So you know what I'm saying? I get in the shower or whatever, boom. I get through taking my shower. I come out, the little Indian just standing out to the side. She said, hey. I turn around, you know what I'm saying? I got my grades on, I done washed 100 times. You know what I'm saying? So you already know what's going. So I turn around, you know what I'm saying? I kind of, what's up? She was like, oh, nothing. She was like, you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm good. She was like, what's going on with that? I said, what's going on with what? You the police. Regardless of what we got going on, you can't be asking me questions. I said, what's going on? What? Man, I don't know what you talking about, CO. I mob off, right? She started laughing. She said, you get on my nerves. So I mob off. When I come around there, cuz them, now they standing on the wall. I come up the step, cuz say, wasn't no disrespect, Joe T, everything straight, man. I went up there, hollered at your pop, you know what I'm saying? He hollered at me when you was in the shower. I said, again, my dad ain't got nothing to do with it. I said, but man, I appreciate that though, cuz. So I go up the step, boom. My dad is still talking to Black Mexican. He was like, I said, I'm glad y'all didn't go in the cell so I can go on and break down, you know what I'm saying? He said, boo, go on in there and break down and go on and do what you got to do. I go in there, boom, I break, boom, put my clothes on. I popped it up, I was like, I'm good, Pop. Him and Black Mexican come in the cell. So when they come in the cell, my Pop say, Black Mexican, man, bless your cell. He closed it up, boom. My Pop say, hey, do me a favor, boo. Go down there. When you get situated, go down there and get Kentrell for me real quick. I said, why you ain't just called for him when you was out there? Boo, just go down there and get him. I said, what's up? What's going on? Black Mexican said, man, you know, I was just telling your daddy, man, you know, I know your daddy messed with little Kentrell tough, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, he been running with them Crips, man, and I know them Crips really just trying to get in his pocket. Commercial break me, please. Kentrell was cool with my pop. He got there a little bit before I did. My daddy did time with his daddy, and he one of them dudes, you know what I'm saying, new people in the penitentiary, and the boom, my daddy would still get on the phone, and then, hey, my son coming out that way, look out for my son, and my daddy done pulled him in the cell. I know your daddy, do. When you get situated and this and that, and my daddy had his line, hey, I'm finna sing some bread, you know what I'm saying, make sure my son's straight, but don't give him too much, just enough where he can take care of himself in that old type of situation. So when I get there, how I end up meeting Kentrell, I'm sitting in the cell. I'm gonna get back to Black Mexican too. I'm sitting in the cell, and Kentrell come knock on the door. Pop, pop, pop. Hey, Big Joe. Hey, let me holler at you. Hey, come on in, Kentrell. He popped the door. Pop. Man, bless his cell, man. What's up, little Joe, man? I was like, man, I ain't doing nothing. I said, man, I said, my daddy been telling you about it. Yeah, man, you like a brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Your daddy like my dad in here, man, for real, man. So at this point, I'm looking at my daddy sideways, right? Because this is one of the issues that I used to have with people esteeming him, and he ain't even broke bread with me the way he breaking bread with these folks. So he pulled out some green money. Hey, so what I need to do, Joe T, man, the little Mexican, you know what I'm saying, bought the rest of that for me, done gave me this right here, but you you know what I'm saying? If you need me to, you know what I'm saying, do what I need to do, you know what I'm saying, get it on green dot however you want it, you know what I'm saying, I can do that, put it on the wire, whatever, but I really want to get rid of this green money. My daddy was like, oh, Tiny might take that. Tiny owe me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to tell Tiny, go over and get that green money to Tiny. Now I tell Tiny, you know what I'm saying, what you going to do, just get that to me. That way you ain't got to get your people on the phone. You ain't got to do all that room. He was like, all right, cool. Well, let me get about 5 of them. Let me get about 5, 6 of them suboxones, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. My dad was like, all right, let me finish rapping with my son or whatever. So he mob on out of the cell. Then that's when my daddy gave me the breakdown. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's up with him? Like, what's the backstory? That's when he tell me about his dad and all this and that, right? So when me, my daddy, and Black Mexican in there, when we sitting in there, he bring a Black Mexican say something like, when me and your daddy was back at Brushy Mountain, and he got to explaining some things, and I'm listening to the mindset that it seemed like my daddy was in when he was the folks when he had the spot, versus, you know what I'm saying, it seemed like the more laid back, chill, thoughtful him, not so, you know what I'm saying. And Black Mexican got to talking about how they was locked in with what it was that they had confessed to, what they had professed to, what they had, you know what I'm saying, gave their life to, you know what I'm saying. And Black Mexican was like, man, you know, it was so crazy back then, Joe T, and this and that, you know what I'm saying, how our minds used to be, you know what I'm saying, them folks had us so brainwashed, man. I'm so glad both of us done made it out and we can still, you know what I'm saying, maneuver between these young people in here, man, and this and that, and I'm listening to him, and he was like, man, and then, like I was telling you, with Lil Kentrell, it's just crazy because he one of them situations where we was locked up with his dad, and now he here. When he say that, it's almost like he catch himself. He kind of look at me, I kind of look at my daddy. And Black Mexican was like, you know, it seemed like a lot of them, I don't know what he getting to. It seemed like, you know, a lot of young dudes might be, you know what I'm saying, and then they end up here and getting to see the other side of this, you know what I'm saying, even though they came to visit. My daddy interject. He was like, yeah, man, he was like, my son, man, you know, my son them used to come up here. This point, Black Mexican don't know my daddy was really the reason that they put me up on game about GD and plugged my brother in with a plug, plugged me in with a plug, and then when I get to the penitentiary, I asked him what you think I should do concerning GD. He told me he think I should do it for the experience. And now Black Youngster, it's almost Black Youngster playing a middleman therapist to see, you know what I'm saying, how me and my daddy, and at the same, but he using Kentrell as a way to bring up the situation without being in the business, right? So I'm ready to see how my daddy finna respond. So my daddy, he was like, yeah, man, I hate that for my sons, man. He was like, man, you know, it's crazy because one thing I used to pray was to be able to get around my sons, and man, I can't be mad at God, you know what I'm saying, in this unfortunate predicament. And at this point, I get to think about my mama. You know what I'm saying? I get to think about a lot of things, and I'm like, man, this man basically said he just prayed me and my brother here. Like, what type of reindeer games this dude playing? So after that, we have a little conversation, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling some type of way, but at this point, I really want to tap into, because he done told me stories about GD, but I wanted to know some things concerning, you know what I'm saying, GD. So when Black Mexican leave out of the cell, I'm like, man, let me ask you something. What, when it come to GD, I'm like, Daddy, I done heard a lot of people tell me about stories, not just with you being the folks, you know what I'm saying, but other affiliations like Vice Lords, Crips, you know what I'm saying, Amigos, like the Air Nation, like everybody, you know what I'm saying. I'm like, you really done did this thing, like you really know, like everybody, like you respected, you done made, you still got your integrity, people still respect your character. Like I've never seen nobody really step out of line, you know what I'm saying, and really just flat out disrespect my pop. In this situation, I've seen him have word, but I've never seen nobody get to the point of where they like, man, I don't care who do this. I never seen that when we was up there, and I never heard stories like that. So I asked my dad, I'm like, what was the worst thing you seen? Because I'm concerned about, I'm like, what is the worst thing you seen concerning GD? He said, well, I don't think it was something that I would say I seen that was the worst thing. He said it was the mindset of what our minds was set on. He was like, we really we really had bought into the laws, policies, and guidelines. He was like, and not only that, I seen it the same way with cuz them on the deuce, on 60, roller, whatever it is. Like, the mindsets we had to what it is we confessed and what we believed in and what we supposed to follow concerning it. He was like, that's probably the worst thing I've seen. He was like, man, we've had meetings before, and I would sit back. He was like, it was like I was having an out-of-body experience. Like when people would be like, man, that's on the Hammer, man, that's on the Boss. You know what I'm saying? That's on Larry, and this, and that. I would look back and say, people are willing to lose their life and saying that's on the Boss. He was like, the mindset, it was like what our minds was really set on when it came to that. Like, I seen cuz them before going to war and they be like, man, that's on the deuce. Man, that's on 8, man, that's on 6, that's on 40. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's on 20, you know what I'm saying? Even when playing dominoes, and I seen this several times, crip, boom, when they 15, you know what I'm saying? Like the lingo of everything, like how to stand, like the right over left, the left over the right, like the whole thing that was taught, what we really had set our mind on. And then not only that, when you step out of line, what come with the consequence and how that's supposed to go. He was like, man, we used to get memos that said, if any brother violate this or or fail a drug test, want to get out camp, he was like, man, I would read this and I would, you know what I'm saying, bring the brothers, you know what I'm saying, and everybody got to adhere to what's being said and what's going on, you know what I'm saying, GD on that, boom, boom, boom. And it was almost like I would be watching us operate in what it was we was really locked in on. And that's really why the dude that they call Set, that's got an issue, they call him Set because he work out all the time, and you always, Set, you know what I'm saying? So they call him Set, you know what I'm saying? So my dad is saying that, I'm thinking about a lot of things at the time, like really what you force yourself into. I'm one of them people who believe if you keep saying something to yourself, it will manifest in your life. If you keep on talking about you want to sell dope, you're going to eventually run into a plug. I don't care, big or small. You're going to be around the environment, the type of people, and the same kinds of conversation. Eventually, you're going to end up selling dope, whether you're effective at it or not. You keep repeating something, you're going to end up in that situation. You keep telling yourself, woman after woman after woman, I'm this. You're going to see there's a pattern of what you keep speaking into existence when you around these people. If you keep saying you want, I promise you, it's going to show up in your life eventually because your spirit going to track what it is you saying out of your mouth. That's what you really setting your mind on. Point blank period. It's no way around it. People talk themselves into poverty. People talk themselves out of it. People talk themselves in depression. Guess what? You could talk yourself out of it. You set your mind on these types of things. You will talk yourself into being delusional in a relationship. You will keep saying, nah, they're going to change. They're going to change. They're going to change. Guess what? You will believe that. And you don't, and get what? The same way you believe in that delusion, you'll set your mind on. You can set your mind to come straight up out of it. Hey, no, what I see and what I hear is actual, factual. I ain't finna gaslight myself or lie to myself. What I see and that's the truth, point blank period. I'm finna get up out of it. What you set your mind on, it will get in your spirit and it will become your life. So, Kentrell, couple days, my dad, I go down, he want me to go get Kentrell, right? So I go down the stairs, you know what I'm saying? I go downstairs, hey, Kentrell, what's up, who that is? Man, the little Joe T. Oh, man, what's up, little Joe? He popped it up. What you got going on? Hey, cuz, tell Joe T come in, cuz. He in here with the homeboy. Come on in, Joe T. I walk in, it smell like, I can tell they in there smoking. I closed up, man, bless his hell. Boom. Man, what's up, Joe T? Joe T, you want? Man, nah, man, Joe T, little Joe T don't smoke. Joe T, you don't smoke? Man, I don't know how you doing. I'm trying, cuz, pass that white light, cuz. You drink her, you want some that? Nah, I'm straight. You don't drink neither? Nah, I don't do none of that. Oh, man, what's up, though, man? What's up? You good? Yeah, I'm straight. But Kentrell, hey, I want to come. My daddy said he want to holler at you whenever. Yeah, go on up there and see what's up with Big Joe, Kentrell. I look over Set, looking out the window here. Joe T, what's up, Set? All right. You good? Yeah, I'm straight. I said, yeah, my pa said come up there and holler at him when you can do. I did. Hey, what's up? I did, cuz. All right, Joe T. I said, all right, Set. All right, bet. My about it to sale. I go up there and walk back in the cell. My dad said, dang, boy, he said, what they doing down there? I said, man, getting high and drunk, man. All the Crips in there with him right now. He said he gonna come up around, I'll let you in a minute. 5 minutes go by, me and my dad, we sitting in there, we still talking about the conversation, you know what I'm saying, of what he's seeing, but what people really lock their mind in on. Even when he became the 9 Trey. He tell me when they voted him in to become the 9 Trey, he knew at that very moment on experience in the penitentiary and within the org, how crosshouse go, how people get betrayed, how sometimes you got to go against, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you got to stand on business and go ahead and follow and see something through, and it's probably wrong. But you got to stand on the business. You got to eat or be 8 point blank, period. If you was a Crip, you either gonna roll or you gonna get rolled over. And so I'm listening to him, and I can see it in his eye. I can see it in his eye that back then he was really locked in completely mentally on what they were. But all our other conversations, I can remember him telling me he felt like they used him for his mind. Because my daddy was also trying to be active in doing other things, going to school, writing books, card games, apps, whatever the case may be. And he always would tell me it was hard to do it with 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because your mind is so locked in on this criminal stuff. It ain't no, and then you might got a GB the reason, and you got to stand on business. You got to, and then next thing you know, you might be on max for 2-3 years. You might be on close security. You might be in a crossout. So your mind is more locked in on what it is that you got going on. So Kentrell not gonna go, Big Joe, hey, get the dope, boo. Come on in, Kentrell. He popped the door. He said, boy, you get on my nerve. He popped the door. Man, bless his soul, man. Boom. What's up, Big Joe? Little Joe came down there and told me, he said, boy, you high as a kite. Man, down there smoking with cuz and them, man, cuz and them got me gone. He said, hey, man, you need to be careful with cuz and them, man. I seen they escorted you from. He said, man, I told cuz, man, cuz, walk me to the shower, man. We come out the big yard. We was just out there working out. I seen little Joe out there getting his money with Hot Rod, man. I started to come over there with y'all. Cuz and them just keep talking about, man, come on, cuz, you on the hood, cuz. I keep telling them, man, hey, man, I ain't trying to do that. I'm just trying to do my time. You know what I'm saying, Big Joe? You know the conversation me and you done had, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my dad in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to defending my little 6 years, you know what I'm saying? Get on to the crib. But what's up, though? What's up, Joe T? He said, man, look, they done put a bug in my ear, man. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful, you know what I'm saying? You never know what them dudes, and then they probably know I mess with you, man. And a lot of dudes in here be jealous, man. You don't know what these people mind and stuff be at, and this and that. He like, yeah, you right. I know you don't really mess with that green. I appreciate it too. Tiny got some green over at your teeth. Yeah. Tiny probably got that boy. You like, man, and then be careful with that too, man. You only, man, like, you lazy your own, you rolling your own weed, like, man, I ain't finna let nobody roll no weed from here, Joe T, man. I ain't that green, you know what I'm saying? I don't know everything about the penitentiary, but I ain't gonna let nobody roll my green. He was like, but I got you though. He was like, man, I'm straight. He was like, that dude sick. He like, yeah, I got my eye on him, Joe T. I got it. I'm good. He said, all right, he mob out of the cell. Boom, he go over there, he holler at Tiny. Couple of days go by, sick. Boom. Hey, Joe T, what's up? He popped it. I'm sitting down. When I hear him, hey, Joe T, I look up. I see who it is. Soon as my daddy popped the door, you know what I'm saying? I hear a little laugh, man, come on. I get straight up on the table, go straight up, boom, go straight in the cell. What's up? What's up, little Joe? What's up? I ain't doing nothing, man. If it comes here and give me a reason. Hey, Daddy, what's up? I thought we were gonna play chess. Man, let me finish handling a little business real quick. So I'm taking my time. I get to going through the ice chest. He was like, but yeah, man. He was like, man, yeah, man, you know, look, Kentrell, man, I think he trying to come on home and this and that. Man, I know it's your partner, man, you know what I'm saying? He be take care of the business with you and this and that. My daddy was like, man, you know, I only done looked out for him once or twice, you know what I'm saying? His daddy, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you familiar with his daddy. My daddy throw out a name, you know what I'm saying? Cause he on the hood or whatever. Yeah, I heard the cuz and whatever, but they wasn't on the same hood. So he talking and talking and talking. They talking about Kentrell, and I'm like, it sounded like he trying to see. He was like, but look. But like I was saying when your son came here, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she is finna get ready to get that bread. I'm just trying to see, you know what I'm saying? If I come up here, whatever. He was like, yeah. He was like, man, you holler at me or holler at Tiny or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It mostly be Tiny, but you know what I'm saying? You holler at me, you know what I'm saying? I tell Tiny or whatever, take care of that. You know what I'm saying? So my dad, I could tell my dad is talking in circles, letting him putting him in the business, but he ain't putting him in the business. So Seth get up, leave out of the cell, right? I said, why you ain't just tell him he ain't have it? Man, you know how you gotta do with these dudes in the penitentiary, man. These dudes, man, they just be trying to figure this out and figure it. Man, he ain't finna spend no money. He probably just trying to figure out what Kentrell really got going on and who he getting it from. I said, well, if he was, you kind of just told him the business. I said, man, Kentrell said he got it. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why he come up here hollering at me, because ain't no telling what kind of conversations he had with Kentrell. I said, but you should have just told him you ain't got nothing going on with Kentrell. I told him, he said, I didn't tell him I had nothing going on with Kentrell. He said, I looked out for him once or twice on the strength of his daddy. That's why when he said, I said, man, this is the penitentiary, daddy. Who you think you talking to? Man, I know what's going on just like they know what's going on. He said, I don't care what your mind tell you what's going on. You going to take what I let come out of my mouth. So therefore, if it come back to me, I'm going to repeat what I said. I can't get it. You could go holler at Tiny. I only did one or two things for him. I ain't finna sit up here and make him talk to him like he's some kind of fool, like he don't know what's going on, but I ain't got to tell him anything. You got to learn something about the penitentiary, boo. And what you need to learn is sometimes you got to go along to get along. I'm like, what you mean? You got to understand when somebody else playing the game. And if you enter into the game and you choose to play it, you need to make sure you move your pieces right. He come up here playing checkers and I'm playing chess. I know what he up here doing, so I'm going to let him know, look, I'm on to you, but at the same time, I ain't putting you on too much, but listen here, if you come around here, this is what's going to go on. I'm going to send you on about your way. Have you ever had to call something and call and they tell you, hey, I can't help you here. I'm going to have to send you to my supervisor. Then you get on the line with the supervisor tell you that they can't, I need to send you over here. They send you to the wrong department. And then when they send you to that department, you run it out and they ask you what's your confirmation number and all this old stuff. And then when you get your confirmation department, the number, they tell you, oh, this is the wrong department. They send you way over. What I'm trying to tell you is the runaround. Do you know what the runaround is, boo? I said, man, quit playing with me, bro. I said, man, quit playing. I said, what's up with Seth, though? He said he one of them dudes, man. He sold out on that Crip stuff, man. I knew Seth before I got up here and heard about him. He crossed some of his homeboys out. They had a perverted rainbow tag on him at one point. He ended up smashing somebody. And then his big homie felt some type of way about it. And he got into it with the big homie. He ended up whooping the big homie. And his homie had to call down there and this and that. And then they just kind of left it alone, swept it under the rug because he could fight. You know what I'm saying? He was like a bullet, but he one of them. Everything on Crip. Crip this and on Crip that and Crip this and Crip that. You playing down there, you playing dominoes with him, man. And if you're doing this and doing that, he get to threaten you. It's on Crip. You know what I'm saying? It's like anytime he say on Crip, you can tell he forcing himself to probably do something he don't even really want to do. But if he say on Crip, he know he got to do it. And he say, man, just setting his mind up for it. Just on Crip. Everything on Crip. He was like, and that's what most of them, boo. They really don't be wanting to do half of the stuff they do. They get to saying on Crip, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's supposed to activate some kind of monster or something in them. And then they got to go by, it's on Crip. He said, do you know how crazy that is? I said, you ever said on GD? He said a few times, but asked me, did I really want to do it? I'm standing around these dudes and then I'm letting them know. That's on, man, look, G be the reason. Like, I got it. He said, have you ever put something on the helmet? I said maybe once or twice, but it wasn't nothing extreme, you know what I'm saying? It would look cool, you know what I'm saying? That's on GD, that's on Larry. And then on the strength of putting that on you, your word is bond. So if you do it, if you say that, you got to do that. I said, understood, like the bar. 2-3 days go by. Seth done went in there, jumped on, to his home, but they done went in there, jumped on Kentrell and robbed him. Me and my dad in the cell, Tiny come to the cell, boom, 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 boom. Hey, Joe T. What's up, Tiny? Man, hey, I need to holler at you. Man, come on. He popped up. Pop. Man, bless he said, man, y'all might need to get straight, man. What's with the phone head and stuff? My dad said, what's going on? He said, man, them Crip down there and went down there and jumped on Kentrell, man. I don't know what's going on. They come out talking about this and that and they whatever. He said, what, they put him on the hood? He said, no, they jumped on him. Looked like they done robbed him, took his stuff and everything. He said, look, Kent, for real? He said, man, yeah, what we owe you some money? He was like, he owed me for some weed, but it wasn't number $50. I ain't stunting none of that. He said, man, they done jumped on Lil Kentrell. He said, man, did you hear what I said? They just in case they locked. My dad said, man, everything cool. Ain't nobody said nothing. So they step out on the rock, seeing what's going on. Kentrell ain't came out of the cell. Eventually, Tiny Ma about my dad to come back in the cell. He said, man, them dudes out sit there and told him. So he owed my dad like $150. He was fronting him a little. So he giving him a little something extra when he come and get something right. Eventually, Kentrell come up to the cell. I don't know whose cell he went to before all of this stuff. He come up to the cell. Pop, pop, pop. Big Joe. Man, hey, Big Joe. Hey, come on in. He popped it up. Man, bless his said, man, hey, boom. Man, I need a knife, Joe T, man. My dad said, what's hold on, man? What's going on? He said, man, them come in the cell. Man, I'm down there chilling, you know what I'm saying? Cuz was supposed to get me on the horn, right? So when Cuz come in the cell, Cuz like, hold on, Cuz finna bring you the phone over here, you know what I'm saying? I told him, you know what I'm saying, you need to get on the jack or whatever. Then boom, boom, another one came in and said, he was like, man, Kentrell, he said you need to use the phone or whatever. He was like, yeah, he was like, man, what you got for me? And I was like, what you mean? He was like, what's up? He was like, man, you always need to use the phone and this and that. He was like, man, you can go ahead and such for the phone. You always want to use Cuz and them phone, Cuz. You ain't even on the turf and this and that. You ain't even on the hood, Cuz. You want to keep asking for stuff, and Cuz. Only thing you want to keep doing is smoking and eating meals together, man. What you got for me, Cuz? And then at that point, Seth come in. Seth come in the cell. Look. Don't see that got me messed up, Cuz. Seth come in the cell talking about, Cuz, what you gonna do, Cuz? I'm like, man, what y'all got going on? He was like, man, Cuz, we been around here securing you on the shower, Cuz, doing this and doing that for you, Cuz, breaking bread with you, Cuz. Ain't nobody really did nothing to you, Cuz. Was over there with fighting the other day. And Cuz, they were talking about such want to know if you under our protection, even though you ain't under our protection. You know what I'm saying? We just let it know, man, Cuz straight. There ain't nothing but Cuz, so what you finna do, Cuz? And I told him, Joe T, like that, like, I ain't trying to live like that. I been told y'all, Cuz, I ain't adding y'all to do none of that for me. You know what I'm saying? By the time I say they want a home, but boom, hit me right, boom, that set grabbed me, you know what I'm saying, from under I ain't had no feet under me, you know what I'm saying? They boom, boom, they going in my pockets, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, y'all got that. I can't beat all three of you. You know what I'm saying? So boom, they take my stuff, Joe T, mob out of the cell, man, I ain't going out like that, man. I'm finna butcher one of them. He said, man, I'm finna butcher, and I'm gonna still pay you. He said, man, listen, man, you gonna have to take that one. Who? Man, Joe T, I know how it going here. Everybody gonna think I'm a sucker behind that. He said, it's either that, your life, or go to the back. Because if you try to do something to one of them, you lucky you still here. If you try to do something to one of them folks is gonna send you. He said, man, Joe T, they gonna feel like they can keep doing this to me. He said, man, let me handle it, man. I'm looking at my daddy like, bro, he ain't, hey, daddy, you ain't the name, Trey no more. Man, let me handle it, man. Man, I'm gone, Joe T. I'm gone, Joe T. He mobbed out of his house. I said, Dad, what you mean? I said, man, you ain't dead no more. He said, man, I can handle it, man. He said, man, I'm gonna holler at Set. You know what I'm saying? I wanna make sure it's a dead issue, you know what I'm saying? And then little bro just gonna have to chill. Now he know he can't be affiliated, you know what I'm saying? It can be a blessing in disguise and this and that. I said, man, Daddy, man, them folks just went out there and jumped. I said, man. He said, man, I'm gonna holler at him. Pop, 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 pop. Hey, Big Joe. Big Joe ain't Set. Let me holler at you, cuz. It's the tone. Dramatic effect me, please. I popped it up. Pow. What's up, cuz? Man, I need to holler at you. I said, hold on, you straight? He said, man, I need to holler at Big Joe. My dad said, let him in, boo. I move out the way. Come on. He to his homeboy. Hey, cuz, you straight? I said, yeah, he straight. Ain't nothing. What's up? Man, hold on, boo. Hold on, boo. Set walk in and said, man, bless his said. I closed the door. Boom. Hey, cuz. They knock on the cuz. You straight? Yeah, I'm straight, cuz. Hey, Big Joe, no disrespect, but whatever I got going on, Kentrell ain't got nothing to do with you, cuz. Ain't got nothing to do with your son, none of that, you know what I'm saying? Cuz and them been looking out for cuz, and they were just trying to bring home cuz, and they felt disrespected, so they just did what they did, but he's straight. My daddy say, man, look, for one, whatever was took from him, it was mine. Man, Joe T, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm saying, man, we were looking out for him, this and that all the time. Cousin him, he adding cousin him use the phone. If he didn't use the phone, cuz he should have came pretty hollered at you. So cousin them started feeling like they were played, and then he get a little aggressive down there. Cousin them took care of the business and whatever. Cuz said, man, I already done ditched you, but look, I tell the homeboy and them, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, shoot you some of that bread back, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to shop with you anyway. So at that point, I'm seeing he basically telling my daddy, whatever that is, I'm gonna come and spend the money. My daddy said, man, I don't care what y'all do, as long as I get my money. He was like, now, as far as anything else go, like I said, you know what I'm saying, you might have to holler at Tiny right now, whatever. He was like, bet, I'll holler at Tiny if I get to. He was like, but look, man, you already know how this crippin' go, Joe T, you know what I'm saying? And cuz them done already said, man, look, cuz keep doing this and keep doing that, you know what I'm saying? And cuz keep taking this and keep taking that, and then we make a meal with cuz make a meal with us. We doing something, we on the yard again, you know what I'm saying? He even eating at the table, this and that. Man, cuz them such, man, and cuz them like, man, cuz that's on the hood, cuz if he, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is, like he playing in our face. So my dad was like, man, no disrespect, but look, that mindset is that mindset. What mindset, Joe T? Man, you know what it is, Joe T. You been locked up just as you been locked up too. You know what's going on. Black Mexican. Hey, Joe T, it's Black Mexican. Hold on. But look, man, you know what it is, man. You know what it is with this crippin' high going here, man. Joe T, he ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I understand you fool with him and this and that, but look, they ain't got nothing to do with you. I'll take care of that, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? How much was it? 150? Bet. I'm gonna give you your money, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But as far as that go, man, that's over with, Joe T. My dad said, hey, what's up? All right. I respect that. Excuse me, little Joe. He walk out the cell, boom, Black Mexican standing right there with the homeboy. Black Mexican come in the cell. Man, bless his cell. Boom. I seen them come up here, man, and seen what's going on with Kentrell. What's up? My dad said, man, I'm straight. He said, what they done did with Kentrell? They went down there and jumped on. Kentrell was supposed to be trying to use the phone. He came and told him or whatever, and they felt like he was playing with them as far as acting like he was gonna get on or whatever. My dad said, we'll go down and get Kentrell real quick. So I mob out of the cell, boom. I don't know what they finished talking about. I go get Kentrell, tell him come back up to the cell. We come up to the cell, come in, Kentrell, man, bless his said, what's up, Big Joe? What you got for me? Black Mexican said, hey, let me tell you something, man. Really what you done did is you put yourself in a situation. And you got to take accountability for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking to Joe. I know Joe and I already done hollered at them. And I ain't even, you know, I done hollered at you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's like we ain't paying attention to what's going on around because we feel like we in control of the situation. Now, you ain't slow, youngster. You know what I'm saying? They been coming down there smoking with you. They been eating with you. I done seen them take you to the shower 2-3 times. You're sitting at the table with them. You know what's going on, so it's looking like you cripping. You know what I'm saying? And I was on the hood, so I know what they look like. So I know they been telling you when you asking you when you coming home, you probably kiki and ha-ha and all in their face. And the whole time they looking at it like you finna be one of them. And really you ain't trying to be one of them. You trying to smoke with them, eat with them, you know what I'm saying? Keep them at bay, and then knowing you got some protection without having to be full-fledged in it. You know what I'm saying? You look, you got to disassociate yourself sometime. But go ahead and talk to him, Big Joe. I had to tell you that though. Man, I ain't really got nothing to say other than what he just said, man. But like he said, you know what I'm saying? I hollered at him. They said whatever. He was like, man, Big Joe, I'm going to give you my money. He said, don't even worry about that. He said, they gon' pay me. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever. He said, but I can't do nothing for you no more. Man, hold on, Joe. That ain't got nothing to do with what we got going on. He said, man, I fooled with your daddy. He said, man, and I ain't finna put you in another situation. You ain't got no protection in here. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to put you in another situation where people... See, that's why I was saying, Joe T. He said, I get what you were saying. He said, but man, that's a dead situation. They said they done with it. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna stay away from you. But at this point, they just felt like, you know what I'm saying, they had to do what they had to do. And you gonna have to respect that as a man and take that lick on the chin. He was like, man, that's crazy, Joe. So Kentrell still getting stuff from Tiny. Tiny come to the cell. Joe T, man, let me holler at you. He come in the cell. Man, bless his cell. Man, Kentrell just came over and spent $500 with me. He was like, you really ain't messing with him no more. He was like, nah. He was like, man, you need to quit fooling with him. He was like, man, he want to come over here and spend that money. I'm gonna let him spend his money. He said, man, look, man, them dudes you done already seen what going on. He was like, shoot, it look like everything cool. Black Mexican come to the cell. Man, what's up? He said, man, Black Mexican. Let me holler at you. Hey, Joe T, it's emergency. He said, man, come on in and say he come in. Man, Blessing said, Bloom, man, so I'm just standing up by the shower, you know, the TP, you know what I'm saying, right there by the, so I'm standing by the shower. I heard Cuz say, this time I'm going to go up in him. I'm going to stick something in him. He said, he said, man, Joe T, I think they talking about jumping on the boy again and they act like they want to go in that boy body. I stand up, I said, hey, my dad ain't got nothing to do with this, homie. My dad said, man, hold on. Who you talking about, man? Who you talking about? He said, man, I think they talking about little Kentrell. I heard Seth say, man, this time I'm going to put something in him. He think it's a game around here. Then he act like whatever. My dad said, man, go down there and get. I said, man, we ain't finna go get nobody, man. You done already told dude. I said, man, you're not finna put us in a situation on the strip of trying to protect somebody. Them folks' mind is set on that. We just had that conversation earlier about them folks' mind being set on that. Ain't no sense in going to get Kentrell. Kentrell mind is already set on. He want to hustle. He want to do this. He want to do that. And then he even said himself, he don't want to become a target in here on the basis of that doesn't happen. And that, I guess because it looked like it was swept on the rug, he still want to keep doing what he doing. That's the same thing he locked up for. It's the same, he doing the same thing he was locked up for. He ain't got nothing but a 6-year sentence. They done jumped on him, cutting him. I said, no, we ain't finna keep doing that. You done told Tiny already knew the situation. He talking about, you sitting there tell Tiny he need to quit serving. Tiny mind is set on whatever. He gonna take whatever. Hold on, boo. Don't be throwing me in this. I ain't got nothing to do. I said, no. You knew what went on that day. You came over here talking about he owe you $50. You ain't worried about it. Now you come over here, you talking about he trying to spend with. That's all you care about. Black Mexican said, well, I ain't listen. I ain't trying to. I'm trying to tell them how to do time without being this situation. I said, I get it. I get you want to police the area. This man, I ain't policing nothing. You always reporting stuff. Leave my daddy. Hold on, boo. I said, man, ain't no hold on, because I ain't disrespecting nobody and say it. You asked me to go down here and get a dude who done made his mind up. He come up here reporting to you about what's going. Go tell the police that, or go tell his homeboys that. My dad ain't got nothing to do with that. And then you come over here asking my dad, is he still whatever, probably trying to entice my daddy that he done spend a little $500 with you. And now that my dad ain't serving, and you want to probably get it from my daddy so you can continue to serve him. That way my daddy mind is still locked in and set in. He ain't serving them directly, but he's serving them indirectly through you. I said, man, all y'all in here tripping. That leave my daddy out of it. Man, y'all step out and say, let me holler at my daddy real quick. All right, dang, little jokes. Dang. My dad ain't saying nothing. I know he know what I'm saying. They step out of the say, I'm looking at my dad, he look at me, we look at each other. He said, what is it? I said, no, you tell me. I said, I asked you about a week or so ago, what's the worst thing you seen in GD? What you say? The mindset. Do you not see the mindset of these people and what they want to do, and you still want to keep trying to save them, still keep doing this, still keep doing that, and the whole time you ain't doing nothing but put me and you in a predicament. Them folks' mind is set on what it is they want to do, how they want to do it. You got to let the blind who leading the blind fall into a ditch and let them folks lay in there together. My daddy said, you right. I'm not arguing with what you're saying. I'm not going against what you're saying. He said, man, I'm going to wash my hand with this one. I'm gonna leave it alone. A day or two go by. They come in, they go down to the cell, they get little Kentrell, put him on administrative PC. Black Mexican come up to the cell. I ain't there. I'm sitting there, I'm pacing out on the rock. Black Mexican go up to the cell. I go straight up there. Boom. Straight, boom. Hey, what's up, Black Mexican? Man, I'm just up here trying to let your daddy know, man, somebody done rode a kite and did something, boom. What, how you know about the kite? That's the same thing I was at. That's what everybody said. They done came here and got to put them on administrative PC. You know, the police get to talking and this and that, whatever. I said, that what's up? Leave my dad out of that, man. Come on, Black Mexican. Come on, Black man. Black Mexican, boom, go out of the cell. The Crips go and bump down on Black Mexican about the kite being dropped. Black Mexican comes out of the cell, boom. Man, I don't know who y'all think I am. Man, I ain't going for nothing. Man, y'all got me. Me and my daddy said, what's going on? I look at the violation. Black youngster in the middle of the floor. He done jumped up on the table. Man, let me tell y'all something in here, man. Me and my daddy step out. Man, hey. And my daddy said, hey. I said, He said, man, let me tell y'all something in here. I ain't tripping on going to the back. I'll go to PC. But when y'all get to talking about taking Y'all know what I'm about to say, because I don't want to get no flag on you. Y'all talking about such. Man, some things you just ain't got to, you just shouldn't stand for. And if y'all cool with that standing in here, and boy didn't bother nobody, them folks talking about such. He telling out loud, basically, that he the one told. So my question to you, is there a time to tell? Is there a time to tell? And I really want to bring this up because it was a situation that happened back home. And I know an individual who be watching my videos, so bro, if you see this, you know I'm talking about you, who have an issue when telling when it's necessary. That situation ain't telling, bro. So if you do decide to give a statement, no, it's righteous. And then understand this. If you don't give a statement, then you have set your mind on retaliation. And when you don't set your mind on that, you're going to force your spirit to do something when you really don't even want to do it. So the best thing to do is the righteous thing. So in this situation right here, he could have easily probably went on and danced with them folks down there. He get on the table, he say this out loud. The Muslim pop out, hey, man, black Mexican, what's going on? Man, they know what's going on. They trying to say such, man. Them folks down there, them folks such, the police. Hey, y'all need to take that in y'all cells. So they go in their cells or whatever. Me and my daddy stand there. My daddy said, black Mexican is crazy. He said they is going to do it to him. They is going to do it to him. And I said, if they do it, ain't got nothing to do with you. He said, man, hey, one thing for sure, two things for certain. He said, man, I understand, when people mind made up, ain't even no sense in trying to change it. Sometimes you got to let people go through whatever they go through. They got to go through whatever it is they got to go through for them to understand when they come out on the other end. I said, right. Them folks don't even do nothing to black Mexican. The Muslims wouldn't handle that, and they left that alone because it was true about what the man said. Dude going to the hole, hey, let's squash that, leave that alone. He really interceded and dealt with a situation without it becoming a situation. He policed the gang members in a righteous way, and the Muslim said, hey, leave him alone. And he wasn't even a Muslim. Leave that alone. If y'all was talking about that, boom, boom, the boy is gone now, and such, we ain't got to worry about no hustling, this and that. Tiny come over. Hey, man, you think you can get it to me? My dad said, do what? Man, last time I gave Kentrell something, I gave him a little something, they done pushed him to the bed. Man, I need to send somebody back here with me, man, just so I can get my money. I looked over at Tiny and said, what I tell you? My dad ain't got nothing to do with that. Your mind was set on that. Leave that alone. So if you ain't watched the Bible study that I dropped about what you set your mind on, that is what this lesson is about. People don't be understanding when the scriptures say in Colossians 3:2, set your mind on things above, not on things that are on earth. A lot of people set their mind on things on earth when it come to robbing, stealing, killing, selling dope. Your mind is so locked in on them things. It get in your bloodline, and when it get in your bloodline, get in your spirit. When it get in your spirit, it comes out in your behavior. It consumes you. It consumes the way you move. It consumes what you talk about. It consumes the way you think. And then it's because you constantly setting your mind on these things. When I was GD, it became a part of my body language. When I walked, when I talked, when I stood, it was something I had literally set my mind on. So it had embodied, I had embodied it. Same way on the street when it came to being John Wick 2.0, the conversations I used to have with myself about people thinking they could try me and what the results was going to be and the consequences were going to be. My mind was set on that. It was nothing you could tell me different. One thing my mama always say about me is when he got his mind made up, there ain't no sense in trying to change it. But see what I've done now, I've set my mind on things that are above. I done set my mind on the promises of the Most High when it come to my health, when it come to wealth, when it come to the blessings, when it come to the covenant, when it come to my righteousness, when it come to my citizenship in heaven. I done set my mind on things above. I found a way to do it in a righteous way, and don't think that you can't get to that place. And it's a process for everybody. But the number one thing to do is to repent, and that is to turn away from your worldly thinking. He said to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That means to form new ideas from the thoughts that you have your mind set on. I know I can't get you to watch the Bible study, but I can get you to listen to the story. But I'm still going to try to attach the Bible study to this. And if you made it to the end of the video, if I don't get 100 comments, we most definitely loading the rest of the videos on the membership. And if you ain't locked in with the podcast, Man.